I want to talk about something. I'm over trying to, I'm not interested in healing anymore. And what I mean is, I'm not interested in wanting to heal anything that happened in the world that never existed. I'm not interested in trying to heal anything that ever happened. Like whatever I believe that happened in my childhood, I expressed it many, many times on this channel. But see, that's why I'm going to let this whole world go. Because it's not real, it's false. Everything is an illusion. I'm an illusion. My real body is somewhere else. I have a different name, I have a different face, and I'm a different age. I'm not in my 40s. I'm a different age. I'm a brown-skinned woman still, but I'm a different age. Okay? I'm 20 years younger. Like literally, I'm in a different, my real body is somewhere else. I see myself quite a bit, my real body. And I see the real world. So, I'm done with the shenanigans in a false world. And the thing is that, it's so hard to let go of every day that I come to this reality. Like this is a strong reality. This is what is called a strong delusion, as stated in the Bible. You know, it says, I will send them a strong delusion. And like I said before, the Hebrew Israelites, some people who were Hebrew Israelites felt like they were saying God will send the Hebrew Israelites a strong delusion by having them go into slavery in the four corners of the earth and learn different languages and not know who they are and have a completely different identity and think somebody else are the Jews. And so you heard some other Hebrew Israelites talk about the strong delusion is that. No, for me, I'm going to specifically speak for me. The real Hebrew Israelites, to be honest with you, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, but I'm not in this dimension. I'm a Hebrew Israelite in the real world, not in this world. In this world, somebody else did take our identity. So I am considered a Hebrew Israelite in the real world. But I don't want to get into a topic of Hebrew Israelites. Because it's no need in talking about that over here. Because the only thing, I'm gonna tell you something, the only thing for me, the only thing to be concerned about is to get back to the real world. Whatever Hebrew Israelite is, whatever anything is, it don't matter because none of that stuff is really existing for real in a false world. Like being indigenous to this land. Well, the United States is an experiment. The United States is not even real. So if you want to get your land back, you got to get back to the real world. So like, I'm not interested in any stuff that exists in the false world. This person that is speaking right now to you is not even a real person. My identity is not real. The person I see on my license is not real. And so my trauma that I've experienced, that I believe I experienced in my life, in this particular life right here, is not real. This stuff is only meant to be observed. It's not to take seriously. It's like, watch the movie called Bliss with Selma Hayek and Owen Wilson, I believe that's his name, Owen Wilson, and Selma Hayek. I believe you spell her name Salma, not Selma, not like Selma, Alabama. I believe it's Salma. But anyway, Selma Hayek and Owen Wilson in this movie called Bliss. And it's pretty much talking about the same thing about how their bodies are somewhere else and it's an experiment going on, but they're in a different type of virtual reality. And Selma tried to do some stuff to Owen Wilson, and it didn't work like it would work on the other people she did stuff to. And she said, "Oh, you're real. You're not fake. You're real." Okay. So, and then bliss basically means just observe everything, but don't absorb it. Don't take everything in. Being in a state of bliss, meaning everything that happens is just to be observed. It's not really happening to you, so it doesn't affect you at all. Nothing that happens affects you. So all this doom and gloom that people say is coming to the world, be ready for another lockdown. Well, whatever people decide to do, if you're in a state of bliss, it shouldn't even happen to you, because it's only to observe and let it go. If you don't observe it, it probably won't even happen. You probably won't even perceive it if you don't observe it. And you know the good thing about being one, because people are not individuals like they think they are, we're really one, is that when you have a good number of people that operate in that type of consciousness, it's going to end up spreading to the point where these things that these folks are trying to push on folks is not going to work. So when people say, well, what are you doing for the community? Well, I don't have to do nothing for the black community. What is the black community? Tell me who is black? Who is black? Is somebody black because you have a government that wanted to call them black? What makes them black? Who are the black people? But what are you doing for the world? You working on yourself. That's what you're doing for the world. Because whatever you do for yourself that's positive, you do for other people, because you're one. You're not an individual, you're one. So what you do for yourself, working on yourself, like self-love and, things like that, spiritual stuff, then you do that for the world. You actually impact the ethers like that, because you're all one. And so once you do that, it spreads around, And so, yeah, that's what you're doing right there. You know that saying, you be the change that you want to see in the world? Yeah, so that's what you're doing for yourself. You're being the change that you want to see. And by you being the change yourself, you are changing the world. So you actually doing a lot for the world. When you are the change that you want to see and you become the change that you want to see, that's what you're doing for the world, because you're going to end up changing the world. But anyway, yeah. But I was just thinking to myself, some of us battle things like depression and anxiety and whatever other things that you call yourself battling. And some of the things that I have battled in this point in time, in this particular experience right here of my consciousness, it comes from a lot of stuff that's happened in this particular life, not prior, in this particular life. And there are some things that still affect me, that still follows me from a previous life. And really, to be truly, if you came back, the fact that I came back means that whatever happened in the previous life should have been dealt with. I shouldn't have to go and relive that. I shouldn't have to go and relive it. Because the fact that I was able to come back again, that means that something should have been cleared out from the last, what people call incarnation. I just call it the experience, since nothing is real. Since I realized I was never born, then that experience should be over and done with. But no, it's still following me into this one. So that right there in itself seems like a trap right there. But maybe it's some things from that life that maybe I didn't completely learn. There's a level of enlightenment that you still need to have. And I believe that's the point of this whole entire simulation, that there is a level of enlightenment that we're supposed to have. As much as it's easy to point the finger, for me, it could be easy to point the finger at somebody else, but it's not always easy, because then you gotta, if you keep turning over power to somebody else, that's not to say that people aren't nefarious, but the point I'm making is you have to see yourself as having more power than them, because if somebody else is constantly to blame, then they get all the power, and that means you're gonna be a perpetual victim, and you're gonna always be in your situation, and you'll never be free. And I want to be free. I don't want to be a perpetual victim, because that means I'll never be happy. Another day in my life, I'll never experience joy. And so I can't continue to give them the power, even though I know there's some nefarious beings out there. I can't continue to give them the power, because if I give them the power, then I'm gonna be in this situation forever. I ain't never gonna get out of it. And this situation, meaning this world, this reality, not something specific going on in my personal life. I'm just talking about this reality altogether. I mean the reality of, the COVID and pandemics and that, and all this kind of crazy stuff with the stuff in the air, that type of stuff, that radiation, that type of reality, not something personal going on, right? Not something personal, but yeah. But I come to the point of I need to really work on bliss more, being in a state of bliss and not and learning to remove all this stuff from me, because I'm not going to heal something that never happened. I'm not going to heal. I'm not interested in healing something that never happened. I'm not interested in working on a person that never existed. Only thing I'm interested in is enlightenment, and that's it. Enlightenment, and that's about it. Wisdom, enlightenment, and just becoming more spiritual. I'm not interested in healing traumas that never took place. A lot of stuff that I said, I've been talking about that happened to me as a little girl. Yeah, those things happened in this particular experience. It did happen in this experience, in this particular dream, but then it didn't happen, and I was never born. Like I said before, I have been total recall. That's the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think it came out in 1990, 1991, or either late 80s, one of those, but it's with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's a movie called Total Recall. And it's when he wanted to go to Mars, but he knew he couldn't physically go there. So he went to this place called Total Recall. And what they did at this place is he laid in this thing that looks like some kind of MRI machine. You know, you go in there, your body's in this big tube, and they put these implants, and they put 2 weeks worth of implants to make the person feel like they're really on Mars. But something happened in a movie during the thing when he got the implants in his head. Okay, the thing, it started, but something happened and went haywire, and then he ended up kind of being stuck up in Mars, up in this illusion, basically in a virtual reality, because he wasn't in Mars. He's laying up in this doggone tube thing inside of this place. But in his mind, he's inside of Mars, okay? Total recall. And the movie went off without him knowing that he's not from, the movie went off without him really getting back to his real body. That's how it is over here. This is a strong delusion. We feel like we are so real. We are like Arnold Schwarzenegger in that movie called Total Recall. He really feel like he really believed that he went on a vacation, and he remember going on a vacation, he has implants in the memories of him going in the airport, getting on the plane, and going to and doing whatever to get to Mars. I gotta watch that movie again. But he don't have the memories that he went inside this place called Total Recall, where he had all of these, his memories of going to the airport were just implants. And that's not crazy, because that's what we're doing right now. This is all fake. We are in a Total Recall movie. None of this is real. I'm sitting right here, like, in front of a restaurant, on the side of a restaurant. That restaurant not really here. I'm not really sitting outside. I'm not really in my car. None of it's real. See? I think we need a total recall. And so basically, I'm not interested in, I don't want to heal anymore. I don't want to heal any more mother's wombs. Not no wounds. You want to heal the womb. Yeah, I don't want to do any more healing of something that never happened. I don't want to do any more healing of something that never happened. Because it is under my belief that maybe whatever happened in this illusion is a result of something that's unsettled, not taken care of in the real world. Okay? And so, but, yeah, that's all. I'm not interested. I don't care about rejection anymore. I don't care about whatever traumas that I had to deal with and all that stuff. I'm not interested in healing that anymore, because it's like I keep trying to heal the ego. Keep trying to heal the ego. And just accept that this is all an experience. Just getting a level of acceptance, and that's it. Self-acceptance, and that's basically it. Once you get in a state of self-acceptance, it is of my opinion that once you're in a state of self-acceptance, nobody can be against you if you accept yourself. Nobody can really be against you. You know that saying, if God is for me, who could be against me? Okay? We all have a part of ourselves that is an all-knowing, that's omnipresent, that's everywhere, that knows everything. Well, basically, we all come from the same, we're all connected, we're all one, basically. You know? So, we come from, I don't know if everybody comes from the same source, but I would think so, because ultimately, the mother wanted to come down and experience herself. So even if you think you got aliens and all that stuff, I really think it all started with the mother. Even if we think we're looking at aliens or different planets or different, whatever we think we're seeing, I just feel like it all comes from the mother. I think it all starts with the mother. That's it. Before all those existed, there was nothing but the mother. And the mother didn't have any shape or form. Mother didn't have a look. She didn't have a physical look. I just call her a force. Okay, a force. I just believe it all started with that right there. And all of those, even if we call them aliens, I don't care if it's Mars, I don't care if it's Venus, I don't care if it's Pluto, which all of those are part of the simulation. I don't think those are not real. Those are part of the simulation, including Saturn and Earth, part of the simulation. What is the name of the real planets, okay? And are they called planets? See, yeah. Anyway, that's where I am. I think my time is up with this simulation. That's how I got to this point, because I believe my time is up. My time is up. And it's time for me to go. And honestly, I don't even know if I'm interested in even going back to the real world, into my real body, because this is not the real physical world. This is literally an augmented world. It's a virtual reality. It's not even a real physical world. It's a virtual reality. It's a virtual reality. The real world, where the real humans are, or if they're called humans, are somewhere else in the real world. This is not the real world. Okay? And the people that we think we are in this world, we're not real. That's why I call the people that we think we are, that's why we are the Antichrist, holding on to something that's fake, healing something that never happened, holding on to an identity that's not even real, because we think we are real. Okay? I think we are a bigger, like people say Beyonce is an idol, and people say Donald Trump is an idol. No, we are the biggest idols for ourselves. People say you gotta love yourself. So I love, like, say my name is Susan. Oh, well, I love myself. I love Susan. You love Susan? Susan is a character. Susan is not real. See, that is idolatry. That is the biggest idolatry right there. So that's why I say we are the Antichrist. We are the Antichrist. Because we think that we are real. This is a strong delusion. I will send you a strong delusion. This is a strong delusion. We think we are real when we're not. We are the Antichrist. When I say we, I don't know if I'm talking about everybody. But I'm talking about a few people. You know, we are not really, some people are not even aware that their real body is sitting somewhere else. They think that they are real. They really think that they are real. They don't know that their real body might be somewhere else. So they feel like this is all real and this is all there is. And when I hear these prophetesses and prophets talk, and these people in ministry that they talk, they're not even aware of a virtue. They feel like this is all there is and there is nothing else. And they're just going to go to heaven. And so I can't with them. Something about them is closed off. Like, they are extremely closed off to me. They're closed off. And this is why I won't go to church. It's not that the Bible, to me, I feel like has a lot of information, because if you understand and look at it with the spiritual eye, then you will see it a little bit more different than taking it at face value. But I cannot deal with Christians like that. I can't deal with it, because they see this as just being a planet and that's all there is and there's nothing else that exists. And I can't even bring up the possibility of being in the virtual reality to them. So, like, they are literally closed off. And I wouldn't even be able to have a conversation. When I listen to these prophets and prophetesses online, when I listen to them prophesy things that's supposed to happen, you can't really, there's just no other options because they feel like it's biblical and there's nothing else but that. You know, it's like, wow, wow, like you haven't given yourself any other options. You're just stuck in that one side right there. You know, but like, what you call it, tunnel vision. You're not expanded. They're not expanded. But anyway, that is it. But yeah, that's all I gotta talk about, and I will talk later.